We have Megan from Northern Rivers, New South Wales. What do you think about removing mercury fillings from teeth? And then little slash, in terms of rheumatoid arthritis. Well, first of all, I'll talk about mercury in general. Mercury is not good, if you didn't know, inside of our bodies, so we should avoid it any way possible. Now, a couple of ways that we might get mercury into our bodies: by eating fish that's contaminated with mercury. We might get it from vaccinations, and we might get it from putting mercury amalgam fillings into our mouth. Now, there was a gentleman who actually took a tooth out, and years later he still had it and it had the mercury in it, and they actually took the mercury filling out, and this guy put it in front of some special camera, and you could still see it off-gassing toxins from this mercury amalgam. So definitely not good to have mercury in your mouth that is constantly off-gassing. What I would recommend before having them taken out, whether you're removing the tooth, which would be best just to remove it altogether, or if you're actually having a professional dentist that specializes in taking out mercury. I think it's important because some dentists, if they don't specialize in it, don't actually get all of it, and then they just cover it up. You want somebody to go in there, get it all out, and then replace it with porcelain or some other type of composite or something that's going to be much better. Leading up to taking out the mercury, I would recommend a bit of a detox. Maybe, I have a colon cleanse. It's a 4-day process with specific fibers and also bentonite clay. Bentonite clay basically bonds to mercury, heavy metals, pesticides, and other things inside of our body, and attracts it to it and pulls it out through the digestive system. So you actually eat this mix for 4 days and cleans out excess mercury, heavy metals, pesticides, other stuff. So I would recommend removing what you can before you go in, because a lot of times when you have them removed, you'll have a big reaction because the process of stirring it up and doing stuff can off-gas a little bit more, and your levels might come up and you might get sick. But if you find a specialist and you do it right, a lot of people that I've worked with haven't had any issues. But once you do take it out, then I recommend really going through a process of either a colon cleanse like mine or something else, or even buying liquid bentonite clay and actually drinking, a couple of tablespoons 5 times a day for about 4 or 5 days to just really pull everything out, along with eating good fiber, fresh fruits, things of this nature. You can also put it into your mouth and do like an oil pull. There's oil pulling. That's an Ayurvedic principle that I have people do for the health of their gums and their teeth. You can also do the bentonite clay and just pull, and it'll actually extract a lot of stuff into there and spit it out after about 10 to 15 minutes. So that would be great. Now, what's really interesting is there's been articles that have been coming out, especially by some really prominent immunologists, who are saying that autoimmune disease is in one big way caused by mercury toxicity. And this is just in the last week, I've seen some of these articles coming out from some of the leading immune system specialists on the planet, showing that potentially from getting vaccines or getting mercury toxicity in any form is what's leading to autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, like Alzheimer's, like many of these different diseases that exist. So yeah, I do think it's very important to remove mercury fillings from our teeth. Get rid of them as soon as possible. Maybe even do some fasting and some cleansing afterwards, just to really purge your body. A lot of times symptoms of depression and anxiety and wanting to extract yourself from society are the actual symptoms of mercury toxicity. If you look up symptoms of mercury poisoning, and if you're having any of those symptoms, really look into it. It's something you might want to do as a cleanse, regardless, even if you don't have mercury amalgam fillings, because it comes from all kinds of different sources. So take them out, replace them with some good fillings when you have the time. If money's a major issue, come to Bali on vacation sometime. And the price here, they have really amazing dentists up in Ubud who do it for very, very cheap, save you thousands and thousands of dollars, especially if you have multiple mercury fillings. So I hope that helps. Get the poison out, get the nutrition in.